drive here. We'll go through a few more questions, so please raise your hand and we'll call on somebody out of the crowd for this. What radio station is live streaming today's show? All right. It is KCSI, correct.
Really? Yeah. Well, that's sweet. Thank
Okay, this one is a question for the kids. We've got some 4-H t-shirts and some pork sticks. What are the 3 breeds, swine breeds that end in shire? The 3 swine breeds that end in shire. Raise your hand. Kids. This one. Alright, we got Hampshire. Macy got Hampshire. So then, Riley? What'd you say? Berkshire, that's another one. Alright.
Yorkshire.
Oh. One more. You don't have another shirt, we'll leave you point sticks. One more. We got Yorkshire and Berkshire. What's the other one here? Kids. Hampshire, yes, there you go. Okay, and right now we have our champions for our overall grand drive. The champion Derby Guild is being shown by Logan Green. The champion Derby Barrel is also being shown by Logan Green. Our overall Market Guild being shown by Brevin Coaston. And our champion overall Barrel being shown by Sydney Hansen.
One more time, let's go ahead and put our hands together for all these market hogs and like I said earlier, I'm not a huge speech giver. If you know me, you'll know that. I usually try not to leave people guessing what I'm thinking, right or wrong on that. But I would like to start by thanking the Page County crew and Dennis and everybody that gave me the invite. It's been awesome. Your kids have been great. Your livestock's been great. Your ring health. I mean, we sorted a handful of county fairs this summer. You guys have been the best I've had to work with. You kids, you've been on time and prompt, and we're able to beat the heat so far. So I can't complain about that at all. I won't get into just a whole lot because I know it can be a touchy subject. I've been able to do a couple of counties that will actually be showing probably in your Southwest shootout. And I heard something that probably kind of shocked me a little bit. I thought I overheard, man, I don't think these shootouts are worth it. I think they're stupid. Well, why would they be stupid? And if you want to argue the point, I'd be all ears because I only see positives about it. What the showdown format has done throughout the entire state of Iowa, it has forever changed the way the quality of county fairs will be, has been, any time through history. And to hear negative talk about that, I think it's preposterous. I think it's stupid. And if you disagree with me, I don't frankly care about that. Because I think it's forever changed this way. I think the quality's been better at these county fairs. The kids have tried harder. It's just been good, healthy competition for everybody. And I think just the representation you get, the turnout at the county, and then obviously it affects the judge's opinion more so than it did, not necessarily in terms of quality, but now being able to project the next step forward. Well, how do you think this one will do the showdown? Are you proud to stand behind that one? Are you proud to represent it? I think there's one out here that I'm awfully proud of, and to be quite honest with you, the young lady brought her gun to a knife fight because it's a runaway train. She'll have your champion. We dropped that reserve barrel out, and we won't talk a little bit about everything. We'll briefly gloss over because I think all the individuals need recognition. Our two production hog exhibitors, there's certainly real world value in your division. I'm glad you young men are taking that seriously. You brought us a good pair. I think you do a great job. And knowing how to feed a hog or feed livestock is a valuable tool in itself, and something I think applies to many facets of life. And being able to kind of pioneer your project to that degree, I think it's impressive in its own right. Certainly glad to have you out here. Our Young Men's Market Guild, I think, is one that just offers so much value in terms of the market guild and in terms of her look from her blade forward, the appropriate amount of shape and her flexibility. I think that one certainly does a lot of things good. I don't know if the young man will take that one to state fair, but I certainly hope he will because I think there's a lot of value for that one on any stage, which is the sheer quality she's got. And to kind of address the elephant in the room, there's another one out here that I call him a league of his own. I think he certainly is. If I'm going to kind of repeat myself on what it's got to take for him to get over that champion, I just need to face him in his pasture and say ever so slightly. I need to stout him in terms of his rear feature in comparison to that one and maybe tie his head just a shot higher on the front side of his blade. But I said it once and I'll say it again. He's in a league of his own. The young lady's spot bearer is going to be reserved.
Hey, our overall grand champion market hog is shown by Sydney Hansen. The overall reserve champion market hog is shown by Emma Hansen. Let's give them another round of applause. Good job. we get into our Pen 3 class, we want to recognize the lean game. Top 16 for the lean game, you'll get a ribbon for that. So when you hear your name, come on down to the show arena for the lean game ribbons. So we're going to do our top 16 here. So we'll start at 16th place and 15th place. Both went to Allison Johnson. 14th place goes to Kale Wagner. 13th place, Lydia Forsythe. 12th place, James Wallach. 11th place goes to Kate Myers. 10th place, Lene Green. 9th place will go to Lindy Green. 8th place goes to Enid Forsythe. 7th place, Addison Dow. 6th place, Corbin Brown. And our top 5, 5th place goes to Logan Green. 4th place, Levi Green. 3rd place also goes to Logan Green. Our reserve champion for lean game goes to Madeline McCoy. And our champion lean game winner also will go to Madeline McCoy. So if I read off your name, please come down here and get your ribbons for the lean game class here. We also want to recognize our 2 seniors. If you want to come down to the show ring really quickly, we want to recognize you two. So, Blaine Costin and Philip Franks, please come down here. We want to recognize you 2 seniors real quick. Okay, we just wanted to recognize our 2 seniors, Philip Franks, Blaine Costin. They will receive a check for $100 from the Page County pork producers. So let's give these 2 a hand for showing Swine these years and wish them luck. Okay, while we're getting the Pen 3 class in here, we'll ask another trivia question. This is for pork sticks. Aubrey's going to hand them out if you answer these. So we've got, I think, 6 of them there if you get an answer right. So, what are some things you should write down each time you treat an animal? What are some things you should write down each time you treat an animal? Okay, medication given, that's one. What else? Withdrawal, we heard that over here. What else? We'll take that. Any others? How many got left, Albert? 3 left. Any other things to write down anytime you treat an animal? Date given? Withdrawal, date treated. What type of medication we got that? No, we didn't get dosage. Go ahead. All right, good job. Okay, in the show right now, we do have our Pen of 3 class. This will be the only Pen of 3 class. Showing this class are Ian Forsythe, Addison Dow, Allison Johnson, another Pen of 3 shown by Addison Dow, and Corbin Brown. Just a reminder, we will do showmanship after our Pen of 3 class. We will start with the seniors first. So showmanship classes will follow the Pen of 3 class. Seniors will be first. We do want to remind everybody that the pork producers will be grilling outside the show arena here, so please support our local pork producer organization. I believe they'll be having food ready around 11 o'clock, so please support our local pork producers.
Let's give a round of applause for our Pen 3 exhibitors. To try to preface the Pen of 3 show with just a little bit of how the information was presented to me a while ago. An older gentleman once told me, he said, "Do you know why we do Pen of 3?" I said, "To drag the show out longer," sarcastically. And he says, "No, there's a real world reason behind that." He said, back when, maybe still to this day, so excuse me if I'm dating too far back, but he said there's a reason you want to buy like kinds, and I understand that. We run a cattle feedlot, I still bring a hay and a sale barn. I understand that like kinds mean similar, you want uniformity throughout the herd. So I don't necessarily care whenever I'm evaluating Pen 3 just in terms of color, in terms of just visual things like that don't necessarily translate to a real world marketability standpoint. What I'm looking more for is just hogs that are all similar in weight. Obviously, you don't want one big one to sour the bunch because the big one's going to finish smaller than the skinnier ones. Let's say you need 3 to finish, you got to sell him off sooner. He's too far gone, you only got 2 left. You just need uniformity all the way through. When we talk uniformity, we're talking hogs that are similar in terms of their finish. We like a pen that's just local condition, well, there might be a little bit over condition, but they're somewhat similar there, just in terms of that. In terms of weight, we like them to be as close as we can. Just types and highs need to match. And I think there's one that does so exceptionally well, and that will be pin number 1. He's giving that gate a workout right now with those hogs, but as they came in, the young man's done a good job getting 3 projects that just line up so well in terms of how he's been able to finish. And they're all 3 hogs that finish similar in terms of the muscle pattern. They have enough shape up high, they have an expressive amount of shape as we study going away, and they're all very similar in terms of the frame size. And when we study just overall weight, I mean, I'd love to know the actual spread. He's got them pretty close. There wouldn't be much weight difference there at all to say. The young man, your pin number 4 is going to be a reserve. And I think three good type of cowgirl hogs. And necessarily the color doesn't matter to me, but in terms of frame length and frame size and the equal amount of flesh on all, I think that's similar. Now, if we break them all down individually, they could only use a shot of just upper rib shape, maybe a shot just more spread up high, but that's a uniform group, a trio, I guess, and he's brought us to be able to feed on the same program, we to the same finish point. Young man brought us a good pin 3 there to go reserve. It gets a little bit closer for our last 3, and ultimately we end up with pin number 5 with that young man. And we talked, and maybe a couple of them got called over condition during the show, and I think maybe the fill and the flesh maybe just exceeded what the frame size could handle at that point. But when we group all 3 of those back together, the hogs are just very dimensional. Whenever we study them, just in terms of the bulk and product and spread they have, there's honestly not as much weight difference as what I thought. If there is, they hide it well with their similar frame sizes there. I think the young man has a very nice pin of 3 there to go third. Our bottom pair just it's probably be the toughest to sort. Our youngling in second's going to go ahead and be 4th. She's got her black heel that if I could just expand and make just a shot bigger, maybe a shot bolder about her kind, we can raise her up a little bit. That's simply just kind of what spoils her pair for me. Or excuse me, a black barrel. I just need that one to be a little bit bigger, a little bit bolder, because our matching contemporaries there, they are the bigger, bolder, wider, sprung type of hogs that have a shot more finish and a shot more flesh on them. Rounding out, we have a young man in 3rd. I just need that the one on the far right side with the white speck just to match the same kind of body volume and density as we find in the ones above it. Let's go ahead and congratulate all these exhibitors on a good pin 3 show.
Just a reminder, senior showmanship will be coming up next, so we need our senior showman to start getting ready to go here. Come down. Okay, results from our Pin of 3 class. Our class champion Pin of 3 was shown by Ian Forsythe. He received a purple ribbon. The reserve champion Pin of 3 was shown by Allison Johnson. She also received a purple. Receiving blues in 3rd place, Corbin Brown. 4th place with the blue, Addison Dow. And 5th place with the blue, Addison Dow. Okay, check that. Addison Dow was our reserve in that class. Okay, we have our senior showmanship class in the ring now. Showing in our senior division are Blaine Costin, Logan Green, Allie Meyer, Kale Wagner, and Brennan Costin.
Out here in senior showmanship, and showmanship itself is something that we put a lot of focus on, and it was something that, as I was a young showman, was put a are focused on to me, and those that know my dad, he's a pretty intense guy when it comes to showmanship. And showmanship is something that is always the forefront of most conversations when we're working with good families, and we like to get a good feel on it. And being able to present your hog and know its weaknesses, know its strength, be able to showcase those accurately, and give me as the judge the best view, the most views, kind of what I need to see or what you want to show me, and do so with the utmost control. I think they're so important, and showmanship is maybe more underrated today than it has been, but the ones that know that the difference between a very good hog and a great hog is your presentation and your showing, and that's why we place such a high emphasis on it. And I think there's an individual out here that's done just an awesome job all day. You can tell definitely puts in long hours, definitely has a complete understanding of each of their animals. In terms of the showmanship things we studied, I saw multiple angles, multiple views. Distance was appropriate. I love the intensity, love the stance. I think this individual is very good. For me, a young lady on the far side of me. It gets pretty close out there for reserve. I think honestly there's probably two different ways you would go, and obviously it depends a little bit on the hog, and I know we've already been through one full show. Things are getting a little bit tired, maybe not moving as quick as we wanted to. I think there's another individual that I just challenge you just to make yourself better. Maybe just work on your spacing at times. You get a little bit too far away from me, maybe a little bit too far out in left field. Other times you're maybe just a shot close, but I think when it comes to the basics in terms of knowing how to present your hog and knowing what angles you can and should show, and just having the control factor in your favor, you do an awesome job. Be the young man in the corner over there when you reserve. We're going to pick a third overall as well, and I think there's another examiner that does those same things, and I'll caution him or maybe just advise him on getting there or reserve. I think at times your spacing can get a little bit inconsistent. More importantly, I just needed a shot more intensity compared to those two above. I don't read the same killer instinct necessarily in your eye. Whenever you came in, the two above you just drove with such an urgency and a will to win. I just need to see just a little bit more go, and maybe that has something to do with the hog today. But nonetheless, I think you do a nice job. Our young man with the market field, I believe from earlier, will be your third overall.
Okay, in our senior showmanship division, first place goes to Allie Meyer. Second place goes to Kayla Wagner. Third place goes to Brendan Coaston. Let's give them another round of applause. Okay, we have our intermediate showmanship division next. Showing this class are Kylie Meyer, Ian Forsythe, and Riley Means.
Congratulate our intermediate showman. It's been fantastic all the way. It's been a good age group here, and certainly I don't know if there's more to say bracket that could have done it. I challenge you, to learn something. You know how to feed a pig. You know the basics of showing one. You know what to look for, what not to look for. Challenge yourself to be a better showman. That's one of the project's parts, and there's many parts that rely on the showman, but it's only you out here. You're on an island, I'm evaluating you. I honestly don't care what your pig looks like. I'm studying what you know about your project, how you can showcase it. I think there's one that just does so rather handily, and like we talked in the last division, I just love the intensity and focus, and I'm going to be super critical, and we'll let the cat out of the bag first. The young lady with the black arrow is going to be your champion, but I'm kind of like, I'm going to be critical on her. I think you have some big league capabilities in terms of what you can do with showmanship, and coming from an area that focuses a lot on that, having done a lot of national showmanship type stuff, and seeing the higher caliber, your intensity and your focus is going to get you a long way. I challenge you just to maybe go to some different shows and study some stuff on body placement. You do an awesome job controlling your animal. I think at times whenever you go to transition offside, you want to cross over me a little bit. I think you do have big league capabilities, which is why I'm telling you this. I just challenge you to just continue learning, continue reaching for more capabilities there in your showmanship career. The young lady with the other black hawk is going to be reserved on the far side. I think she does so just based off of how she's able to exhibit the amount of control she's got with pig, and he's tired. I can see his mouth open. It's been a long day for that guy, but in terms of spacing, like we talked in the other division, I need you to just stay a little bit more consistent in your lines. You're just a little too far away from me at most times, and I understand you're putting the utmost attention on your barrel. Sometimes I need some attention too, just in terms of the showmanship thing. Young man, you do a nice job. You've done a nice job showing pace today. Your barrel's maybe a little higher strung for a showmanship thing. You didn't want to slow down. I challenge you just get a feel for him at home, and not to say you don't put in work, because obviously you have. I just challenge you to get closer to the ball and be able to just kind of truly understand how when you moves you need to move, and just kind of connection there. I thought you were really distant from him at times, and maybe you didn't have the most control, but you do a nice job. So let's go ahead one more time and put our hands together for all these intermediate showmen.
And results from our intermediate showmanship division. First place goes to Kylie Meyer. Second place goes to Riley Means, and third place goes to Ian Forsythe. Congratulations, kids. Okay, just a reminder, the pork producers are cooking lunch over here outside the show arena. They are ready to serve, so make sure you head over there after our juniors get done with their showmanship class here. Okay, our junior showmanship division is in the ring now, showing in this class Casey Hansen, Jaden Meyer, Corbin Brown, Lydia Forsythe, Natalie Johnson, Lindy Green, Levi Green, and Jim Wall. We've got one more question to go through, one more giveaway, $10 in Carter Bucks, sponsored by NSA. The question is, name the second largest bearing manufacturer in the world. Who is in that? It is NSK, very good. Thanks NSK for sponsoring these $100 bucks today.
Move a little quicker on this division because obviously the hogs are starting to get just a little more out from the day, and that's completely understandable. I think all these kids do a great job and certainly deserve your applause. This is a pretty crucial age group because here at Page County, these are what you're going to be working with for future years to come. I think that the future is awfully bright for those. I think there's one showman that just has a great understanding of what needs to happen to be competitive, especially at this age. And I would say a good probably 65% of the families we work with now are on the younger side, and maybe a lot of those kids fall into this category or just a shot over. So I certainly understand the frustrations of dealing with just getting basic concepts through. So it is awfully unique when you can find one that just grasps to its fullest and is able to exhibit such control and angles and do also with having so much intensity and focus at that age, and just one that does a phenomenal job. The young lady with the blue gill on the far side is going to be It gets a little bit closer for second and third, and I'm not going to dog a lot of kids on control of their animal. I understand these things are wore out. I think there's another one that just does a good job of presenting multiple angles. I never had to search for him, and he was always there and had a good understanding of where I was. And I'll caution you, our champion does a great job. I need you to just keep your hand off the hog, keep your free hand off the hog. I don't care how you show it. Remember, you're showing it in the show. That's a different thing. You're trying to win. We come from a school of showmanship, and you're going to get docked at most levels if you keep your hand on top of that. I see you smirking. You listen. You're going to be reserved. But that's just something I'm going to caution you going forward. Just showing with a brush, that's no problem. I think that's fine. That's a good thing. I just need you to keep your free hand off the hog in a showmanship setting. Once again, I don't care what you do in the real show. Do what you have to, but just in this setting. And then for third, I think there's another individual that just does an awesome job in terms of intensity and in terms of of staying in stride with his hog and having a good feeling on the movement and the pace he should keep. He sometimes gets lost in the crowd, and that's completely understandable, especially when we have several exhibitors out here. But nonetheless, I think his passion and his focus for are going to take it the right ways, and we'll still got maybe a big amount of time to change some of the small things. So our young man on the far end with the belt and barrel is going to be your third overall.
Okay, in our junior showmanship division, first place goes to Macy Hansen, second place goes to Levi Green, and third place goes to Corbin Brown.